Okay, guys. So thank you for stopping in again, and I was just kind of continuing. I'm thirsty. Um, the Cthulhu talk, right? Like I had mentioned the other day, how Cthulhu has taken over culturally, and while this guy isn't rivaling Jesus, I'm talking about he's one of the most slowly becoming one of the most worshipped personal deities that exists. Now, obviously, Jesus is at the top of the chain right now, but I think there's been a little bit of some issues there. I don't know what's going on with Allah and Islam, right? I don't, okay? But I know that Cthulhu, who's only been around since 1921, is consistently outpacing a lot of other well-known deities, right? Like I'm being real. Like I know that Zeus has the throne right now. I'm simply saying, like, are we sure there's not a challenger? Because I was just casually going through my Facebook timeline, and I ran across this page, this Cthulhu and Company, right? And it's a page like information, images, information, and entertainment on Cthulhu, the Great Ones, the cultists, and everything related to this wonderful universe, including Dreamlands, but it's also much more weird horror, all that stuff, right? Just this Cthulhu community, right? And they've got right now 74,000 people, and just in this group. This is just a Facebook group. I'm not saying anything's huge about this group, right? So let's just kind of look. I just kind of want to look at like what they got going on here, and I'm telling you, in terms of active worship, this is an active page. These guys are not joking around here. All right. So they keep their page active. The last post was an hour ago. Okay. And you can kind of see, oh man, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me get the right I changed my screen here. Let me change my source here. Okay, desktop. Are you two? I got no, that's not the one. I got like five desktops going right now, right? So excuse me, right? Desktop, are you one? There we go. Okay, so desktop one. I'm sorry, I had to learn that. I'll remember that for next time. And I still want me over desktop one. And we can do this all over again. Okay. Just like to, security purposes, guys. Like stay safe, right? When you're on the internet, stay safe. That's all I'm tempted to do here. Okay. So back to this page, right? So this is what the Cthulhu and Company page is really, really all about. So you see they got this is some imagery here. It looks like a seahorse to me, right? But this is the one that caught my attention early. This was on my timeline. And you can see on this other side, there's a lot of artwork. This is truly a dedicated, thriving example of Cthulhu's page right now, like live and direct. This is 100% what we're seeing, right? This is actual real people. This is the community. And you know what? I'm gonna subscribe, right? I'm gonna. Oh, well, yeah, I'm not paying. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pay, right? But you can see, dude, you can already see the fact that they're willing to have people pay to subscribe to this shit, to this page, right? It, they have demand here, right? So I'm not gonna disrespect it by just saying I'm not gonna casually give you 99 cents a month, even though it doesn't sound like a bad deal. I can use that money for that's a chocolate milk, right? For me, I'm Cartman style. It's a chocolate milk, right? But anyway, just check out the page. It's got great artwork here. So if you ever want to get into it, and like I said, man, you can see like some interesting imagery that really gets into it, unraveled. I don't know what this means, but here's clearly the ID, the hashtags of the person who put it up. Looks like probably an Instagram account. This is some other interesting imagery, right? It's all very horror. Like we have to be really honest about it, that although these guys are really nice, I don't think any of us want this that I don't want most people's belief systems to be real, right? This is not a conversation about that. Okay? This is not about favoring a belief system. I'm just telling you guys that this belief system is particularly showing to me, because you can kind of see the scale and scope of what we do. Like we don't really want to live in this world. I don't, right? Here's some more artwork here. This is by Reuben Horn. Let's see. False gods, eyes that pry, mouths that lie, but no ears to listen. This ballpoint on a coffee stained uh, paper, right? Great imagery, right? We can really get into this, right? Looks like doesn't know which way it's headed. This was posted yesterday, and I gotta say, this is pretty good. This is pretty good artwork, right? Like we're gonna say that this is some real dedicated artwork on a coffee stained piece of paper. I would have never thought of doing that, right? And still wouldn't. But this is some really good artwork here, right? Let's progress a little bit more. Let's kind of get into some of this imagery. I mean, this is a flat out scary imagery. This is what it reflects. And I'm not saying I'm not against Cthulhu. Actually, I'm still shook by how popular Cthulhu is, and it's progressing. Again, this belief system has only existed since 1921. That makes it literally like a newborn in terms of mythology. You're not even a newborn, right? Like, I mean, you're so fresh and new that it's shocking. So this is kind of, this is the imagery that is associated with this. This is living mythology. I always be talking to people about, yeah, mythology is not just ancient. That's been like one of my biggest fights with people is that I don't see mythology as ancient because it's not, it's ancient and it's modern, and because it's more about the people. And so let's take a look. I don't know what's going on here. This is that same artist, right? Obviously, highly skilled artist. I can see the depth and everything in here. I just see a monster. I see mandibles and I see pincers that looks like in the tail. And oh, these are someone's hands here. So yeah, this is a POV. This is actually POV. You notice how a lot of people use POV and they never use POV, right? Like point of view, right? This is your point of view. The point of view is I can never see myself in my own point of view unless I'm looking in the mirror, right? So let's tighten that up. But this is a POV. Like this is to me as an outsider, I feel like these are great renditions of what the mythology says about how the creatures move. I talked yesterday about this. This specifically was one of the pieces I talked about was the Dunwich horror, which is early on. It lays out a lot of the mythology. Where's the face? Where's the Whitley face at the top? Amazing art. So they're all as far as like understanding their mythology, they're all extremely well versed on the actual mythology and the important stories. I talked about this yesterday. This exact story, and you, if I don't know from where you guys can see over my shoulder here, there's a mouth, there's a face here, there's another face, there's a face blending into this. I mean, so again, this is extremely high caliber artwork dedicated to this Cthulhu mythology, right? So, again, if you're talking about a living mythology, this guy's really checking the boxes. And like I said, man, there's a new game coming out. So obviously they're tapping into something. This is another artist here. I believe this is it's the same artist. So I don't know. Maybe this is all just featuring one art. Okay, this is a Toby Wilsmer. Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, look at the imagery. I mean, I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying in a way that is respectful and a way that stimulates conversation. Right? To my Cthulhu homies, I just don't get it, man. Like I'm not saying like if you're saying this exists and we can't do nothing about it, well, okay, all right, all right. I guess we have to suck it up, right? But man, I hope you guys aren't hoping. And again, I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful, but out of everybody's belief systems, I hope this ain't true. I'm just letting you guys know. Out of everything that everybody believes, I hope this ain't true. That's all I'm saying. Like if I gotta swim in somebody's dream bin, this ain't the one I wanna. This ain't the one I wanna run. This is, and it's interesting. Like here's some Kraken imagery, right? Again, this is Cthulhu in my estimation, at the most pure form. This is what I always think with Cthulhu. You can see they've already dropped some other images in there. This is by an Alberto Guerra. Um, Oh, so it's one person posting a lot of different art. I'm assuming different other. So this is like a great depiction of like what I would call, at least as an outsider's view, of kind of classic representation of their mythological art. Very high scale. You see the tentacles, Cthulhu's winged, all that stuff. A massive, massive being. It's cosmic horror, and it is a way. And the reason I probably react to their artwork is because again the entire thing is that it really removes the importance from humans. That's why it's so different from all the other belief systems. That all the other, creator gods or gods in general, they always care about us in some kind of way. Like Zeus is always like trying to rain down as a shower of gold so he can interact with women, right? Like they can't. Thor was like, "Oh, I protect Midgard." All of them had some like connection to us, right? That either was kind of personal or protective or whatever. These guys simply don't even care. They'll step on you and just keep walking. And that's where and when you start to see the scale that they represent their gods at physically, it really de-emphasizes humans. And I think I have the same reaction to it, right? That the lack of importance that I take in this universe is the friction that their universe causes, right? Like that is it, and the madness that goes along with it. So yeah, see, falling in Lovecraft, right? Like, and this is it, man. And I'm telling you, man, this Lovecraftian stuff, because I wasn't sure, but this is also Necronomicon, and you can see that imagery right there. And again, you see the googly eyes and how they represent their faith. They love this shit, right? I mean, they love it, love it, love it. And it's like I said, they're open community. I appreciate that you can kind of come in and learn about them, and they they get out, man. I mean, it's a strong, it's a thriving faith, right? It's absolutely a thriving faith. So I just wanted to kind of I clocked it this morning. It just hit me because I had been talking literally about Cthulhu and how strong the cult of Cthulhu was. So I figured, why not? Here's some other interesting imagery, and I may even reach out to someone, the admins on the site, see if they want to even like chop it up with me. I think I may reach out to them today, and maybe I can get them to come on and talk about their faith a little bit. I think that would actually be cool. So anyway, I'm just setting this up. This was just kind of a one-off thing, just because I saw something and it like got my gears grinding. I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and set up the morning myth stream. I know it's Friday. If you guys are on your way to work or you're at work and you're just like, I'm trying to burn up these hours, man. Just try to get through the day. Maybe you're working in the warehouse grind, whatever. So I'm going to start the mythology feed in a little bit so you can listen to some casual mythology while you're working. And then I'll be back about 11-ish, 11:30-ish Central Time. And then I'll get into, around lunchtime, I'll get into like a nice myth lab. And I got some good stuff prepared for you. I already worked on it last night, so it's going to be fully ready to go. But as always, if you just stopped in, thanks. I appreciate the support. And as always, hit that like and subscribe. But I'll be back to check all